Welcome to Norway Island in Middle Saranac Lake. As we can see, this is the launching pad or the landing pad of Norway Island. It's on the east side of the island. It's got a nice place to land on. You can then pull your canoe up or your boat up, place it there, keep it out of the water for depending on how long you're going to be here. Directly across, you can actually see first island and second island, and then over here to the south, right around there, there's a beach where you can land at. And in the beach area, you can see that actually you could launch a boat from there if you wanted to, bring it from the road, paddle over. We came from Upper Saranac Lake, which has a portage, and there's also a lock system to get in from Lower Saranac Lake that way. Up there on the top, you'll see Ampersand Mountain. You can actually go across. It only takes about 10 minutes to cross here over to the beach, and then you can do the Ampersand hike if you want to. I did that yesterday. Pretty decent hike. It gets a quite steep grade once you get going about 30 degrees or so. After you get a mile or so in, and it's pretty steep the whole way up. In any case, more about Norway Island. This is site number 74. It's clearly marked on the east side of the island. I'll show you around the island a little bit, tell you what I like, what I don't like about it in this short video. So you'll notice as soon as you get up into the island itself, there is a fire ring for you. The fire ring is very nice, but the one thing I'll warn you about with this fire ring, as you can see, there's not really a lot of room around the fire ring to keep on moving. So if there's smoke coming at you, for example, my friend Brian, he got a lot of smoke last night into his eyes. It's hard for you to negotiate around the fire ring. So that's one thing to keep in mind, but the fire ring is really nice. I'll show you another fire ring up later on. There are some rocks. You've got a lot of trails you can actually go off on in different directions, but if you try to go over the rocks, they do get a little bit slippery. Up on the top, after you look at the fire ring, you can see as soon as you go up, you do have a picnic table. Yeah, believe it or not, we didn't bring that with us, but a nice picnic table in decent condition. A couple trees around that you can maybe hang something from if you want to. Water goes steep down, so you can't, or the land goes steep down there, you can't get into the water that way. A lot of places here to hang a hammock, which is really, really nice. And I'll show you from there, as we walk, we'll talk about firewood for a second. The place, this is June 2022. The place has been picked over pretty well. There's a little bit of kindling wood down on the ground in different spots. And apparently there was a down tree and they cut that. So there's a lot of tree. If you bring a hatchet with you, you can probably just chop this up. We did that a little bit and use one of those. But as far as other down trees go, there aren't really a lot out there. So you're going to want to bring firewood with you because obviously you don't cut anything down. As far as tent sites go, this island, as you'll notice, is sloped. All right. So tent sites are few and far between. One really, really good site. A little bit up, I found there's actually a nice, level spot right there for my tent. There's another level spot over here if you wanted to drop something, and all the trees that I've seen on this island are healthy. So again, no real concerns about, putting your tent anywhere. One other nice thing about Norway Island that I really like, the topography of it. This side of the island, which is the north side of the island, doesn't get a lot of wind because it's protected from the top here, from the southerly side where a lot of the wind comes from. So we're gonna walk to the top. I'll show you a couple more quick things in this video, just so you get an idea. But as you can see, as you walk up the island, I believe Norway Island is the tallest island in Middle Saranac Lake, but you can see lots of trails coming up, pretty clean as far as, not a lot of overgrown brush. The trails are kept clean, not a lot of tall grasses. So as a result, we wear DEET and permethrin, but we haven't seen a tick the entire trip, which is always nice. You want to avoid ticks, of course, in this area. And at the top here, you'll hear a little bit more wind, but the views up here are absolutely spectacular. You could technically tent out here if you wanted to, but there's a lot of wind. So for example, we had a storm last night. This would not have been a protected area. It wouldn't have been so great. In addition, you could probably start to hear that wind whipping through a little bit. It's not too bad, but there is another fire ring here that you could use. So we see about 3 tent sites in total, maybe, especially those 2 protected ones down below are better. There are rocks. You can climb down onto the rocks and sit there and hang out for a little bit, get good views of the south side. There is another big rock over here that you can go out on, and in addition to that, there's some rocks below it. I'll show you what that looks like really quickly. Yep. So we can see there's an even lower rock, so you can sit down there. We did that one night and chilled out a little bit and get really, really nice views of the sunset. There are areas to hang your bear bags. If you like to do that like us, we always, keep it away from the critters or anything else that might show up. So they're nice, like good branches to pull it out on. And then if you walk down, there's a couple different trails to do this on, but I'll just pick this path over here. That path's a little bit overgrown, but if we come back this way, one last thing I want to show you is the privy. And so yeah, as we walk, I'm trying to think if there's anything else to really tell you guys about that you might be interested in. The privy is maintained by DEC, so you don't have to worry about that. When we showed up, it was nice enough that it actually had toilet paper in it. I don't know if that was from the last person or from DEC. I mean, it was an unrolled roll of toilet paper, but of course I wouldn't rely on that. Bring your own TP. But we can see the privies over here. Nice thing about the privy is it is a wooden based structure. There's no concrete or what appears to be any sort of metal framing underneath it. So for example, we had a thunderstorm blow through. If you needed to take shelter, it's better than nothing else. And so this is what the privy looks like inside. It's pretty clean, as you can see. Nice privy. All right, so obviously you can leave that door open, grab nature that way. And then if you walk down this path, you can see right here is the water again for you. So if you want to come down here to wash your hands, you can do that. And you can see it's nicely sloped and gentle, so it's easy to get your hands inside. So that's really Norway Island. Really great island. Water on here is clean. It's easy to filter out or just boil for water. If you do want stream water, you go over to the beach there, and then when you start the Ampersand Trail, within less than a mile, there's multiple streams that you can grab from as well. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Norway Island in Middle Saranac Lake.